Okay, I guess we are on. The first module today, I'll be talking about the human body and digestion system. So, human body is actually a broad topic, but today I'll be going over the introduction so that you can understand how digestion system work and how to take care of the problems related to digestion system. And being holistic nutrition, you need to know some part of the digestion and some part of the skeleton, body, muscle, and system. So I'll be covering as much you need so that you can take care of your patients as needed. So I guess as a short period of time, again, it's a broad topic. To make it short, I'll be covering the science of anatomy and physiology. I'll be covering major digestive organs and how they function. And finally, I'll be finishing up with the problems happening with the digestion problem and how can you solve that problems. So very first, I will go with the anatomy. What is the definition of anatomy? Anatomy is study of the body parts, like your hand, your bone, your brain, your eyes, every organ and system. Study of these organs we call anatomy. So, and physiology is how the organs are functioning. So when I'm talking right now to you, you're sitting down watching my class, you watching, your eyes is watching, but whole body is supporting your activities that you're doing. Actually, is whole system working together. So that is the one that's called physiology, how your body organs are functioning to do some activities. Then look at the level of organization, how body is made. So as you see human body, this is a whole human body. This is made of certain organs. Make it more simple. First, it made of structures of atoms and molecules. How many of you know the definition of atom? Atom is smallest particle. So atom is the smallest particle of the earth, and then atoms combined together makes a molecule. So molecules and particles combined together makes a cell. So as a human body, whole body made of certain organs, and how the organs are made. To make it simple, everything in the earth made of atoms and molecules. What is the atoms? Atoms is smallest particle of a substance, and atoms combined together makes a molecule. That molecules and substances combined together makes a cell, and cell make similar types of cell making a tissue, and similar types of tissue making an organ, like your eyes, like my bone, like my heart, like that. And all organs together combining is a human body. That is how body is functioning. So as you see, step by step, this is the atoms, molecules, and then tissue, and then organ system. That is the whole body. So how they working? They work in a couple of ways. First of all, chemically, and cellular, and tissue level. Chemical level, for instance, you eating something, you eating a French fry, and you put it in the mouth, right away, digestion started. So when digestion started, millions of billions of chemical reactions are going on. And these reactions are called chemical level reaction activities. And then cellular level, every cell is working. Every cell in the body is working every moment to make your physiology going, make your body working. So that is cellular. And tissue level, tissue are also working, and organs are also working as needed. For instance, I'm watching, I'm looking at the eye with the eyes, moving my hand, so every organs are working, and total organ system, as we call organ system. And there are some life processes you need to know by definition, so you can understand being nutritionist, it will be helpful for you. Metabolism. Metabolism is kind of physiology, how the whole process of the organs and tissues and systems are working. That is actually metabolism. And then responsiveness. Responsiveness means you have to respond when body needs something. You feel cold, you wear a jacket to make it warm yourself up. You feel cold, or you feel any types of scary environment, you alert yourself. That is called responsiveness. And movement, look at that, I'm moving my hand. So movement, you understand how the muscular level and tissue levels and organs are moving. And growth. So every moment cells are growing. People are growing small to bigger, their cells are growing, number of cells are dying, cells are growing, and differentiation. Every organ system have its own cell. So the cells and based on the different cell, the functions are also different. So, and reproduction. Reproduction means cells always growing, always repairing. When you get hurt, when you get injured, that should get damaged. It needs to be repaired. Not only that, you see the whole body, every moment this is regenerating. Human body is regenerating every single moment. That, like you, Cynthia, sitting down in here, every day of your body, 20 billion cells every day is dying off. And same amount of cell is being born again every day. You see? So cell need to reborn and die. That is called regeneration is going on, or reproduction going on, because it need to be reproduced because cells are dying. And one more definition, I guess, very important is homeostasis. Any idea of homeostasis, guys? Anybody took anatomy, physiology class, biology class?
It maintains balance in the system.
In maintaining the balance, right? So, in maintaining the balance, that means you're getting sick, right? That means you got, for instance, you got a bacterial attack, right? So what body does? Body immune system make inflammation in the body to fight back with the bacteria, right? So body trying to make you balance within 3, 4 days, 5 days, you can again in a good homeostasis level. So how it works, look at that. First of all, your body has receptor in nervous system. The receptor receive the message that you got bacterial attack, or you got a bad food in your tummy. So bad food is gonna give you right away a signal that, hey, you got a bad food, need to get it out of your body. So body message, wrap it up, take out your body, we call diarrhea, take it out from your body to save you from the toxicity. So how it does, receptor receive the information what's going on, and then receptors send that to control center. Control center is the brain. Brain need to know what's going on, that it will send message to effector, different organs, hey, go back and fight, or system or lymphatic system. And then environmentally, it go to environment and do take care of the issues going on to make you a good homeostasis level. So this is the called homeostasis system, and every moment we need to work with the homeostasis to function our system. And when you get sick, that means you are very low homeostasis level, right? And the worst homeostasis level is when you die. And this is the one is 11 organ system. For instance, look at my hand, look at your hand, your eyes, all are not the same, all are different, right? Your eyes are different than your hand. So you have a cell, your eye cell and hand skin cell are all different. That means skin is different than eyes, right? When you're talking or when you're eating something, so eating, digestive, is totally different mechanism than your skin does. So every organ has its own mechanism of doing, and based off their actions of organs, they divide it in 11 organ system. So like type, similar organs working same purpose, they are in one organ system. For instance, I eat a food, I use my teeth and mouth and saliva, and then it go to esophagus, it go to the tummy, my liver helps, and pancreas supports, and then intestine absorbing. So this whole process is called digestive system. You see, couple of organs involved together. So all these organs together is called a digestive system. So let's see what the organ systems are. First of all, first one is the muscular. So muscular is all the muscles. Everyone likes it to make a good muscle, don't you? I know, all of you like it. So let me show the picture, maybe that would be better understanding. So integumentary system is kind of outer part of the body, like the skin, your hair, your nail. Yes. So thank you, Sophia. So So those are the integumentary system. So what they do, they save your inner part. You see skin covering your body. You go outside, it's very hot outside today, right? It's 90, right? So about 90. So very hot outside, what happened? It didn't burn up, right? Because skin protected you. Of course, you got a good cloth, and cloth supports you too, but skin supports as well to maintain your body temperature. So for instance, skeleton, it's a bones, and which is bones are protecting yourself, and then it is storing your minerals. Bones also making your blood cells. So bones are the main strength, main skeleton, and you see skeleton muscular. So this, as I said, muscle. Everyone needs a muscle. Muscle is the one maintaining the temperature and balancing your body. That's the muscle. Nervous system, extremely important. The topic today will be covering digestive system, right? So this is very much connected to the nervous system, because nervous system is the one controlling your digestion. We think we put there, it get digested and go to the back door. It's not that easy. We eat, nervous system is telling you whether digest or not digest. So nervous system is very important. Actually, not only that, nervous system is more than that. It covers, or control everything in your body. How about that? That's what it does. So nervous system is very important. For instance, if I make a sound like, oh, do you get scared?
Yes.
Oh, you did. Okay. You see? So what happened to you? You heard a sound, and your body, nervous system or receptors send your brain that, hey, something scary, be alert. You might need to do something very urgent, right? So you got alert. Who maintained the situation? The nervous system, right? So that's the nervous system is the one controlling the environment and situation in a whole, everything in the body controlled by nervous system. And endocrine system is the one, like different types of gland, right? People suffering so much nowadays, hormonal problem, imbalance. People suffering so much about the mineral deficiency because the glands are not working properly. So they don't digest their food. Minerals are deficient. They're not absorbing the minerals. So a lot of problem because the gland problem. Glands are not working properly. When you have lack of absorption in the small intestine, then you don't have mineral in the body. Lack of mineral, your glands, like a thyroid, is not producing enough hormone as needed, like adrenal. So endocrine system is very important for your healthy life. And then cardiovascular system is purifying your blood by bringing you oxygen, getting out the dirty stuff, and then transferring nutrients toward the body. And lymphatic system is another part of the body, is detoxing your system, like a liver. We call body manager. It's detoxing your whole system. You eat junk, you're not dying. Why? Because liver say, hey, I'm gonna take care of my boss. You are like an owner, and liver is like your manager. He say, okay, I'm the manager. I have to save my company, even though 10 employee quit or something happened, or building got burnout. So anything happen, liver go and take care of this problem. It could be detox, could be overeating, could be any of the bacterial attack, could be any of the disturbance in the homeostasis level. Liver is the one taking care of the issue. Okay, so that is kind of lymphatic system. And respiratory is how we breathe. For instance, you're breathing with our nasal cavities is go to the our lung. So alveoli and bronchi working together to breathe and to get carbon dioxide off of the body and receive oxygen. And digestive tract, that is the very important problem in the society. That's how we thought that the main thing we can talk. Can you see that? Okay. So this is the digestive tract. I'm going to be focusing today on that part, as you guys know already. So this digestive tract, what do you have in here? As you see, it made of, start with the mouth. It has some glands to get you some enzymes, and then food goes there. It's called esophagus, and then go tummy, liver. You have gallbladder. You have a wonderful, amazing part. It's called pancreas, and then you have intestine, small and large intestine, and you poop. So this whole system together is called, oh, it sounds dirty? Okay, I'm not that dirty though, you know, just saying. Okay, so this whole system is digestive system. So that's what we'll be covering today. And urinary, you pee out, you know, your body waste, you pee out the system working with the kidney and your bladder. That's called urinary. And reproductive system is the one that we're producing our progeny. We're producing our children. It's the whole system, men's and women's, totally different. That's how we are producing our future generation. So now, body part will be dividing in different quadrants or more, about the 9 part of the system. What do you do then? Let me show you with my mannequin. I can explain you better. So, for instance, if I have a, my question was, why do you need to know these divisions? For instance, this is the one. So, if any of your client came to you, hey, Dr. Sophia or Dr. Cynthia, I have a problem, I get a pain in my tummy. And they say, my tummy, I'm having pain in my tummy. Then you say, hey, tummy is not here, tummy is there. You see? So you need to know the division of the body, so where the parts of the organs are located. Based on the pain location, you can figure out what kind of problem going on for your patients. For instance, if someone say, I get right side, I get a pain in here. So that means this is the gallbladder pain under the liver. You see, under the liver. If I say here, you see, under the liver. If someone comes to you, say, I'm paining in the chest pain. So it might be your heart problem. It might be your respiratory problem. You know, might be some gastric problem. You know, acid reflux problem. If someone says, I'm getting pain in the very lower, you know, abdomen, that means your food is not absorbed properly. Because why? In lower part of the body is all intestine. Intestines are the one absorbing the food. So you need to know the different part of the body, which part is looking to where, right? So you see, bladder is right here. You see, if the tummy is here, under tummy is the pancreas. So most of the time, people nowadays too much pain in the gallbladder, always. It's because the fatty food or not healthy fatty food is not being digested. So we need to know the body part and location when you see your patients. And we are moving to digestion system now. So before I go to digestion system, I try to make clear that nowadays it's a very confusing knowledge. Everyone knows about digestion, and you know what? 90% of them knows wrong. Why? First of all, digestion is a very much complicated system and it's a huge knowledge. Second of all, it has a huge business involved with the digestion system. For instance, someone making a junk food. Let's not to say junk food, say junk. You know, junk food is not a food. Junk. Someone making a junk to sell, and they're going to be making 10 different websites to sell that product. And you, Mr. X, going to a website to see what the best food for my tummy, best food for my heart, and you got that junk, best food. Oh, I got it, I know, I learned it from a website, trust me, I searched by myself. Oh, no, I know, my boyfriend, my friend's girlfriend told me that. You know, my friend's grandma told him that this is a very good food for your brain. And about the digestion, people even don't know the organ's name. They keep telling they know everything about digestion, and you know what happened? Because of that, everybody is sick, America is sick, the world is sick. 50% of us going to die heart attack. Current data, it's going to be more and more in a few years. Imagine that, how much money we're spending for treating of the disease, and we don't want that life. We want a quality life to be healthy and happy, and we have the opportunity, we have the environment to live. But because of the wrong message, wrong knowledge, because of someone's business, we are knowing the wrong message, we are not taking care of ourselves. So it's very much confusing, so we need to understand digestion system to know what should be eating and where disease is coming from, and why we are sick and how to take care of the problems related to digestion. So, very first, let's say digestion starts from the mouth. It goes to the tummy, esophagus. So this is the mouth. This is the long tube connected to the stomach. It comes through. This is like about 25 centimeter long, and this comes here, and then it connected to the tummy. This is the tummy, stomach. So in the stomach, under the stomach, there is an organ. It's called pancreas. Pancreas. It shows part of the pancreas right here. It's actually behind the stomach, and then it's the liver. So below the liver or behind the liver is called tiny organ. It's called gallbladder. So and then so after the stomach, it go to the small intestine, and then small intestine. Then this is the golden one is called large intestine, and then rectum, then anus. That's the whole process organs. So you put in food in there, it going through their tummy, small intestine, large intestine, and coming out without your back door. Understand that we eat breakfast in the morning, we're preparing for our lunch to eat, right? We think I'm hungry, I'm done, I finished my food and calorie and energy, I need food. Understand that every food need minimum, I'm saying minimum, 36-hour journey to complete from mouth to anus. I repeat, every food need 36 hours minimum to complete the digestion journey. Some cases more. For instance, if you eat a red meat, it takes minimum 3 days to complete the journey of digestion. And so imagine someone eating red meat every single day. It's crazy. And you know what? The gluten, which is called bread, coming from the bread. Bread takes 2 months to complete the journey. And we are happy because, oh, I ate bread because, it doesn't digest, it digests slowly. That actually digests slowly and killing you in one day. And you know why our heart problems coming on, right? These all problems coming from indigestion. Anyway, so it is 6 steps. Step 1, ingestion. We eat. You go to the ingestion first. We eat from here, and then it follow the operating. Then go propulsion. So by the contraction, by the muscular contraction of this esophagus tube, it goes to the stomach, right? And in stomach and esophagus is going on the chemical and physical digestion. Chemical, physical means mechanical digestion going on, and then it goes to the intestine, then for absorption. And then finally, it gets defecation, which is called elimination, getting out of the body as a feces, right? Right. So this is a more clear picture how it's working. Start from here and then finish up here. So I'll go, like if you show a hollow tube, you see it's like a long journey, and like a long tube on the way it comes here. And this is like 25 centimeters long, and this small intestine itself about 21 to 23 feet long, like from here to the end of the classroom. It's such a long, 20 feet long the intestine is. And then large intestine and then anus. So if you compare, why you have to worry about that? You might have a question. You have to worry about because there are some animals in the world, some species, they don't have that complicated system. They just quickly, they poop quickly, done. And a lot of species animal like that, they have only one opening. They eat, they need to poop, then they can eat. And there are some animal, it's a very simple digestion space. Goes, digested, and quickly it can, poop out. But it's come to human body, it's completely, very much complicated. So now I like to ask you to do something. Close your eyes. Think about that. You're taking a knife and lemon, and cut it into pieces, squish it, put it in a cup, and drink it. Open your eyes. Tell me how is the situation in your mouth?
Yeah.
Watery? Your mouth got watery?
Yeah.
So your mouth got salivated when we thought about the lemon. That means digestion starts from your thought. Without even food, body preparing to digest. Likewise, when you put food in the mouth, right away you have to mechanically break it down to small pieces. At the same time, it's gonna come a lot of enzymes from the glands, and enzymes from the glands come up and digest the food, like especially the starches and carbohydrates come to the sugar by support of the amylase. So, and then it's sent to the to the esophagus. It's a tube, as I said, and then one question: how many times you need to digest? You need to chew. There is many history about the digestion, about the chewing. Do you know the Buddha? Have you heard the Buddha? It's a religion of Buddhism. Buddha, he required his followers to chew food 100 times. So, according to scientific research, it came out chewing food is so important. It enhances digestion much faster than the not chewing. So I would say, how many times you need to chewing? I would say 50 times. And I don't know how many times you chew. I used to chew 3-4 times. That's all. That's it. Minimum 40 times. If you go minimum less than 40, one day you will suffer indigestion problem. Okay? Minimum 40 times you need to chew your food. Best if you do 50 times. Chew, kill all the germs, and then digest into the sugary substances. And why don't you taste it one day? So go home today, put a piece of cookies and or slice of piece of bread and chew 50 times. You'll see very much sugary. After chewing 40-50 times, you as if you're eating the sugar, because they digested all starch and carbohydrates and sugar, converted into the sugar molecule, because that's what amylase does. So we are forgetting that. We are forgetting that digestion starts from the mouth. We are fighting with someone, we are working a stressful job, and we're eating. We're eating right away, putting in here. No. You messed up the food. Food should be digested from here. And then go to tummy. When go to tummy, you need to understand tummy is not the only organ to digest your food. So how does the tummy look like? This is the tummy. And this tummy have a very strong gut wall. This is strong because it's a mechanical part. Actually very strong gut wall. And on the top of the gut wall, it has 3 layers of the mucus. And that protects acid oxygen, and that protects the acids, because acid you need to digest the food, kill the bacteria that or germs you're eating with your food. So it has acid. It also has a pepsin to digest the protein molecules into the amino acid. So it digesting pepsin into amino acid and acid killing the germs, very highly acid, and it comes into the gastric juice, and it also mechanically contracting to break down mechanically digestion of the food, and it also activates the gallbladder and pancreas. You see, so food is digesting there, but that your tummy needs support from your gallbladder and your pancreas. So it activates these 2 organs so that it can digest properly. And so yes, this is the one we need to very focusing. Sphincter. So sphincter is the one you need to understand. It's like a gate to keep the food inside. If sphincter is not working properly, the food is going to come out. Then you go to doctor say you have an acid problem. So I'm going to come up in a bit. So let's stay here. So understand that sphincter is very important. 2 sphincter. We used to thought only 1 sphincter. Actually, have 2 sphincter, 1 top and 1 bottom. And food takes about hour to hour and a half, or hour and 40 minutes to complete digestion in the stomach. And then it's sent into small intestine. So during the process, it needs support of pancreas, it needs support of liver and gallbladder to complete the journey of digestion. So as I said, pancreas right here is a very magical organ sitting right behind the stomach. What it does everything you can name off. It digests the starch, protein, sugar, fat, carbohydrate, everything you can name off. What it does, it produces a lot of enzymes to digest, for instance, protein by protease, fat substances by lipase. It produces amylase also to digest the starches. So pancreas, being active pancreas is very important to process your sugar. Not only that, sugar. What will happen if you eat sugary molecule? Pancreas needs to produce insulin hormone to transfer that sugar into your blood, into your body cell. When you are eating, you have sugar that need to have insulin from the pancreas to convert that into the body cell to get energy. So imagine you're taking too much sugar, too much carbohydrate, too much rice. What will happen? Then pancreas need to overwork to produce more and more insulin to transfer that too much sugar into the cell. At a certain time, with too much work, it's going to be burned off. Or too much insulin makes you more hormonal problem. Insulin is one of the major hormone. It can bring more hormone, then body become imbalance of hormones. That encourage all the diseases to grow. So we need to be careful with taking the excess sugar, because body cannot take excess sugar for a long period of time. Pancreas is going to be very mad at you, and it's going to hurt you big. And then liver. What does liver do? Liver is a very important part. As I said, is the body manager. It takes care of its whole system. Anything you do wrong, it's hurting your liver. Or anything you're doing wrong is not hurting your body, because liver saving us from the toxicity and indigestion, any problem we're doing. So it is the largest organ. As I said, this is body manager, and this is located the right side. So I was talking about the liver. Liver is the largest organ in the human body. Liver is located right here, and the body is right side, like 3 to 4 pound size liver. And liver is, as I said before, it's a body manager. It manages everything. It's like an office manager. You having problem with the bacterial attack, with the indigestion, with a fever, or so what does the liver take care of the mistake? How? Liver detox you, store the extra fat. Liver even toxicity. Liver absorb the toxicities and save you to get toxicated. So not to be toxicated, I mean. So and liver also take all the nutrient from the intestine and supply throughout the body as needed. Liver also produces bile. Bile is extremely important. Bile is the one which digesting the fatty substances. What it does, it actually emulsifies the fatty molecule so that it can digest quickly in the stomach. So this is the liver, and liver also transfer this bile to the gallbladder to save for the future. And gallbladder. Have you heard the name gallbladder, everyone? Of course you did. So many of you did heard that, because you hear that before, because maybe someone took out the blood, someone took gallbladder out, your family, someone, your uncle, aunt, some mother or parents. So the problem is in the society, most of the people who get older, as you get old, they struggle digesting fat because gallbladder is not working properly. Because gallbladder is the one giving you the bile to digest the fatty molecule. As you age, so gallbladder gets inflamed. it gets toxicated because of the wrong food we eat, because of indigestion. So gallbladder get infected so quickly, and it gets pain right here. So anyone having pain right in here, like under the rib cage, not to right side, that means gallbladder pain. And I'll be talking about that, what exactly the pain coming from, all kinds of pain. And by looking at the pain, you should be able to see or know what types of pain it is. In that, as you go, different lecture, I'll be teaching you guys about that. So this is a gallbladder, and gallbladder is actually underestimated. People think if you have a gallbladder pain or gallbladder stone or gallbladder inflamed, something going on, doctor will tell you that you don't need that organ. You are fine. You just take it out. Let me just take it out. And in some sense, yes, if it's too much inflamed, too much pain, you have to take it out, by the way. And because it's going to hurt you, it's going to kill you even. So, but as I said, this is very much underestimated. Without taking care of our gallbladder, why we should have to go on that level that we need to be inflamed, we need to take that out. We have to be precautious before what you're eating, how you're digesting. You might have in your whole life, you are what you eat. Not only that only. You also are how you digest food and how you eat it. Not only what you eat, also how you eat and how you digesting. That's who you are. And how your liver and how your gallbladder are doing, that's how healthy you are. As I said, this is the body manager, and the producing bile storing in the gallbladder. And because of taking off the gallbladder, you see average American are suffering with a fatty acid deficiency, all the mineral deficiencies, because we've been eating all the healthy fatty food, right? Imagine our food are cheesy, our food are healthy salmon, and then healthy meat and healthy butter. Everything is, we have a lot of healthy fat or good fat, but we're not digesting that properly. We are suffering with a fatty acid. So if bile doesn't work properly, gallbladder is not working properly, the fat molecule will not go to fatty acid. We're going to be deficient of fatty acid. Then we'll go Alzheimer. Our hormonal function will be imbalanced. Our hormone will not be produced. You see, our cholesterol will not going to be produced because fatty acid is the precursor of your hormone and cholesterol and taking care of your brain. You see brain fog nowadays. So because of lack of fatty acid, because fat is not being digested properly. So that is the gallbladder. And then, as I said, is the whole system of digestion. So again, the summary is, always remember that digestion is not only done by tummy. Digestion is done by mouth to esophagus, then tummy, supported by your liver and gallbladder, and pancreas also supporting to digest the stomach to all the food. And if you look at the scenario in our society, people are eating when they're doing something very serious. People are eating sometime, yelling at you, yelling at their someone, fighting with someone, or yelling at your employees, Or sometimes I see people are like, sometimes kids are playing, kids are fighting, and parents are eating. When kids are fighting, parents cannot eat in that environment. They need to have a calm and quiet mind to digest the food. Body need to be ready to digest the food, So should be careful if every organ is involved when digesting the food. So that is the end of the journey of digestion system. And we're not done yet. So how much you digested the food, that's the one we need to, that's the one will tell you how food will be absorbed in the small intestine. Because small intestine is absorbing 90% of our nutrient. It absorbs the nutrient and then it's sending to the liver to use that as needed. And this is like I'm talking about this small intestine. It's like 21 feet long intestine, and it has a villi and microvilli to make a good surface area to absorb properly. So nowadays, villi and microvilli is not a problem. Problem is that food is not being digested in the stomach, and undigested food coming to the intestine and then making us all the trouble. You see the inflammation going on everywhere, all the time. Tummy hurts. Tummy is not here. Tummy is right there, the left side. People say tummy hurt. No. Tummy doesn't hurt. Tummy did not digest food properly, and it came to undigested condition to the stomach, villi and microvilli cannot absorb your food to give you the nutrient. You get the point? And then, if that happens, your body doesn't get the nutrient. You're eating food, your body doesn't get the nutrient to make you healthy and happy and balance your system. And then the large intestine. Large intestine made of, you see, made of with the appendix is right here. It is the rectum and then anal. It is smaller. It is wider, but it's smaller in a length than small intestine. So in a large intestine is the one actually telling you how your poop is, how your bowel movement is. Let me ask you a question. How many of you have a good bowel movement? Raise your hand in the air. Wonderful. I would say 70% of the people do not have bowel movement today. And if you go to doctor will tell you, oh, that's okay, you can go, every other day or a few days in a week, that's fine. That's not the truth, by the way. You have to have every day, you have to have bowel movement. Your intestine needs to be cleaned out every day. Not like once in a week or once in a few days. And so, as I said, how healthy you are depending on how your bowel is. And food is not being absorbed in the small intestine. That's gonna send back to the large intestine, and large intestine is the one have all the gut flora. Have you heard gut flora? Bacteria? Like bacteria is the one located. 90% bacteria of the human body are in the gut, are in the large intestine. Like you, Cynthia, sitting down in here. How many body cells you have? 10 trillion. So 10 trillion body cells you have, you're made of, and you have 100 trillion bacteria. So you have more bacterial cell than you, Cynthia, cell. And you are actually more bacteria than you are. I'm not making it up. I'm talking from the science. And all the bacteria they take care of your digestion, immune system, your hormonal, your body physiology. Everything is controlling by these bacteria. About 3 to 4 pound amount of bacteria, maybe several trillion bacteria are sitting in your large intestine. And imagine, small intestine did not digest the food properly or absorb properly because food are not being digested by your stomach. Then send it to the large intestine. Then you say, oh, my rectum hurt. I got piles. I got fistula. I don't have good, poop. It's pain. I have what is the name it's called? I have a rectum cancer. Oh, he died of, what is it called? Colon cancer. And the father of modern medical system is called Hippocrates. Have you heard the name? Hippocrates said that people die in the colon. Remember I said how healthy you are depending on how your colon is. People die on the colon. Because all the mistake you did not digest properly, and then everything hurting your large intestine. And that shows up in your rectum and your anus. So you got to be very careful how you're eating food and how to take care of your large intestine by taking care of the bacteria. Because remember I said there were 4 pound, 90% bacteria living in the large intestine and they're the one controlling your whole system. And what they eat, you need to feed them for them to take care of yourself. How you feed them? Their food is minerals. Their food is fiber. Imagine you are on the McDonald's diet for the week. Your fast food diet for a month, and some people forever. I got a student last semester actually in Sathmasjid, by the way, and she told me I always eat fast food, and how she looks I don't want to tell you. He said, Dr. Haque, you don't want to tell that, and I don't want to tell you how she looks. So imagine you are on the fast food or without fiber, without no plant-based vegetable, and you are they are going to die. Who's going to take care of you? All things are messed up. All disease is going to thrive. So you could be watching what you're eating, because they're the one producing your vitamins, they're the one eliminating the feces properly, and they're the one making the lubricant to feces to bowel move and to make you clean. And so all the problems comes and shows up in your tongue, in your nail, in your eyes, in your faces. You see when people get older, there's a lot of wrinkle there in the face, right? And you see people have a lot of teeth erosion. People have nail broken, nail messed up, that tongue. When I see a patient, he is perfectly fine. He came to my clinic and he said, everything is fine, I just cannot lose my weight. And I looked at his body, his acid is fine, liver is fine. I looked at his tummy working fine, stomach acid is fine. What is the problem? Problem is his tongue. Then I looked at his, what should I do? And I looked at his tongue. I see his tongue has a huge stagnant, like toxicity, metal toxicity in his body shows in the tongue. So you need to, as a holistic nutritionist, when you see a patient, they will come you, I ate everything healthy, and everything is fine, I just have this problem. So you cannot solve that problem unless you see what's going on in his background, how his tongue going, how is his nails are, how is his face look like, So one of my patients was very hard to deal. He was saying that no, I got so much sign because of it's for my father. My father was also always worried. He is always tense person. I guess I got all the stress from him. So your patient, your client will give you a lot of excuses, but you can understand. Look at the tongue and figure out what toxicity he has, what deficiency he has, what's the problem going on. If you see the very red, you see he's a heart problem. His heart is maybe you can then look at the right side. How's his heart arteries are going. So look at someone have a kind of this kind of problem. You see, it's called blood deficiency, mineral deficiency. If someone have this kind of tongue, you see that's the yeast and fungal infection in the middle of the damp going on in the middle. It's called fungal infection. So based on different types of tongue, you can figure out what deficiency, what kind of food he needs to be giving. Then you can advise that client that nutritional guideline based on his tongue. Also nail. Nail is the one you can see easily because patients, your clients will be happy to show nail easily. See the nail. Healthy nail have to have a lunula, have to be there, not too big, not too tiny, have to have a good lunula, and should be a little bit pale red. Nowadays people nail are so funny. Some are black, some are purple, some are even broken, some are you see like lot of I see they clearly mineral deficiency. I see one of my finger have mineral deficiency. Yeah, this finger, you see. And I looked at my mineral, I am manganese deficiency. You see, I see that in here. You see one sign, you see the whitish. So look at the nail, you can figure out what deficiency you have in your nails and then in your body. And you see, and there's a lot more to talk. You have to look at every single types of nail, and looking at that, you can figure out what problem that person is going on. Is it broken? Is the color purple or fade or broken or red or like kind of white, like kind of this kind of stuff? And sometimes are shortened, some of lunula become like a 80%. That's kind of look so weird. So everything has some symptom. Look at that. If lunula is going too high, you see number 12, that is called hepatic necrosis. So there's kind of problem going on. So this is not 100% sure. This is like a guess. Look at the nail, look at the tongue, look at the face wrinkles, and for instance, someone have a wrinkle in here. That is called pancreas is underworking. Someone have a wrinkle in here. This is called liver. Someone have a wrinkle in here that this person doesn't have enough sleep. You see, someone have a wrinkle straight in here, the face. That shows that that person is going to achieve something, but is struggling so much. So face, nail, and tongue, everything together, you can get estimation that this person need support in which part of which organs. Does he need more fatty food, does he need more minerals? That person need more about the protein-based diet. Like that's how you suggest your patients and clients. Okay? And because of the digestion problem, we are struggling with so many problems because appendix is getting inflamed. You take it out, so make sure you prepare in advance so it doesn't get inflamed. So, and then gallbladder issue, gallbladder heavy stone is very common. The bile convert to the stone because of inflammation and other problems. So you need to be careful, you need to watchful on the gallbladder, how it is working. So if you get stone, a lot of times they need to take the gallbladder out. If gallbladder is out, remember that you will have always deficient of fatty acid and minerals as well. And always will be discomfort in your body, you're eating, you don't feel pain because gallbladder is not there. Who is going to give you pain? But you feel always shaky, weak, tired, and itchy eyes, and then dizzy and fatigue, you will feel that. You see? Because you ate fat, you ate healthy, cheesy salmon, but it's not being processed in here. It's going to go to everywhere in your body. Okay? And then, because of indigestion, many people have this gastritis problem, acid reflux problem. Raise your hand, how many of you have any kind of gastric problem? It could be heartburn, could be GERD, could be acid reflux, could be gastritis, or could be any types of acidity you feel in your life. Many of you, huh? I agree. And as you know that 70% American are in this problem. They have acidity problem, some kind of. And not only that, throughout the world, the highest selling drug is antacid drug. So you gotta be careful with that. So now the problem is how acid problem comes, right? So if you have acid problem, if you go to a doctor will tell you, oh, you got so much acid in your stomach. Let me put you into, antacid. It's called proton inhibitor. So let me write proton inhibitor for you. In America, we use Prilosec, right, and omeprazole, something like that. But around the world, have different name. And this medication will stop your acidity. And actually, I saw many patients. They come to me. They say, "Oh, Dr. Haque, I got too much acid in my tummy." And I don't know what to do. Then I said, no, you got less acid in your tummy. Dr. Haque, I feel it, it's hurting me, acid is there. Let me ask you a question. Can you have more than one glass of water in this water mug? Can you have more than one mug of water, or more than one flask of water in this flask? No, you cannot. So, as I'm drinking water, the water level is decreasing, depleting, like less and less and less, then I'll finish it up. So the amount of acid you have in your stomach is very powerful acid, and you have a 3 mucus layer to protect that so that it doesn't hurt your stomach wall. As I said, in your tummy you have a stomach wall, and that's having a mucus layer, it doesn't hurt. So acid are protected. They cannot come out to your body, make you acidity problem. Why did that happen? I have to go back to our history. We talked about the digestion. You put in food, you right away, you may be fighting with your neighbor or fighting with your kid, or you're not in a good mood, you're in a stressful job situation, you're eating. You're eating while you playing. You're eating when you're doing something very serious job. Food are not digested. And undigested and unbroken food is making a leaky gut. It's making a hole going toward the body, and also it hurting the sphincter, two sphincter in the stomach. They damaging the sphincter, then acid in the stomach that's supposed to be digesting the food, then coming out. Again, it's not coming out because you got too much acid in your tummy. It coming out because sphincter got damaged. Gut wall get damaged and coming out and going toward the body, and making you all kind of acid reflux, GERD, kind of gastritis, all kinds of heartburn problems. So nobody can have more than acid that you need. As you grow, as you age, you're getting less and less acid because, and according to research, as you grow older, acid production also getting less. You producing less acid, and every moment you're losing acid because acid is leaking, your indigestion, making leaky gut, and acid going to throughout the whole body. You see pain here and there and back and everywhere have a pain. Why? Because acid making a hole, it will go to the whole body. Whole body get acid. If someone even acid can pain in here, because it come up here. Acid can pain in back, in here, everywhere. It's go leaky gut, go to the body. So it's not again because of too much acid. So, and what a doctor does? If you're a doctor, they're gonna write you antacid medication, right? And that will decrease your more acid level. That will deplete more acid level. And do you need acid? Of course you need acid. You need to kill the bacteria. Of course you need. That's what you need to digest the molecule when they come in through the sphincter in here. So you lose the digestion power. You get more undigested food. You might be feeling better temporarily by antacid because they're controlling the acid which is coming out. But they're not solving the real problem. But they're hurting the real problem by depleting more acid. You see? And people feel better, oh, I got it. I'm feeling better by antacid. Yes, you're feeling better because they're controlling the acid which is coming out in here. So that means, and then it also decreasing the acid level in the stomach too. So in the long run, all the cancer will grow here. Why? Because undigested food, toxicity will grow, and that will inflammation start, and infection will make it to ulcer, and then turn to the cancer. All kind of colon cancer and the layer in the intestine because of this antacid medication. Cancer was 0.001% 100 years ago. Why it become now 30% people need to die out of cancer? No, we don't want that. So we have to stop antacid medication. We have to know the real problem. So I'm coming to real problem. Real problem is, since problem is indigestion, we have to solve digestion problem. Problem is lack of acid, put some acid, number one. Number two, solve the digestion problem. And solve. Acidity problem is solved. Okay? And then, so what we know? We know that two reasons. First reason is too much acid. Second reason is H. pylori bacteria. Helicobacter bacteria is the one making all the infection, making you ulcer, right? And if you see the doctors and talk to the medical professionals, they'll tell you, yes, someone have an ulcer, someone have too much acidity, that person is found with a H. pylori bacteria. Yes, this is true. But H. pylori is everywhere. 50% population in the world have H. pylori bacteria. They have to be everywhere. So doesn't necessarily mean that someone have H. pylori, that person have a that person have acidity. I have H. pylori, but I don't have acidity problem. As you have acidity, you have H. pylori, doesn't mean that H. pylori is the one making you acidity. It's not a control-based trial. And American College of Gastroenterology said that H. pylori, what they do, how they do, they have no clue about it. These are many research say that there is no clue that H. pylori is causing the antacid, causing the acidity. So we do not worry about it. H. pylori is one of the gut flora, like another trillions of flora that you need to be in the intestine to take care of your system. And research said that, yes, gut flora is the one your friend. They're the one taking care of your all systematic work. It's a Harvard research came out there, and then And what actually hurting your acid level, what actually hurting the inflammation and acidity, what actually hurting your gut system is the anti-inflammatory drugs. Is actually antibiotics. Antibiotics is a Harvard research came out that antibiotic 70% antibiotic using for non-therapeutic purpose. Non-therapeutic means they are feeding the animals According to FDA, you see, FDA research, 70% are there, and they're eating antibiotic, we're eating antibiotic. And a cow is a big cow, right? They're eating huge antibiotic. And we're eating the cow meat, we're taking that amount of antibiotic. Now you see why we get cancer, right? And I'm the sea people, no. So my people, the people I grew up with, they love, red meat. They love cow. Eating cow is like a sexy. No, it makes a layer in the intestine that developing the cancer. Eating cow is not fun. Yes, once in a while, cow meat, red meat, everything is fine. But not every meal. Remember I said how long it takes a red meat to complete the journey of digestion? 3 days, exactly. And you eat, imagine some people eating every meal with a red meat or some kind of meat. How much hormone, how much antibiotic he's consuming. So now question is, how can we improve digestion? How can we improve digestion? We need to understand that digestion problem is very complicated, as I said. Digestion is a very underestimated knowledge. People learning from wrong sources. People learning how to improve digestion from the YouTube, from the Google, and they're learning the wrong guys, the wrong non-nutritional people, non-health professional, and they're learning the wrong message. So how to improve digestion? We need to understand first how digestion system works, and it's a long process. It's a huge journey. Digesting your food, it takes 36 hours minimum of digestion. You have to understand that, and you have to understand that this system needs to be proper maintenance to digest the food properly. So the first thing is intermittent fasting. Harvard Medical School, and many research came out that is showing that intermittent fasting is very much helpful for digestion. Why? How does that improve digestion? Because as you see, the system needs a break. For instance, you have a classroom in here, right? This classroom doesn't have class 24/7. It needs to break. At the night, janitor need to come clean the room so that next batch come, we can have another class. So body also need to be maintenance. For instance, you have a car, right? You sometimes need to take it to the body shop. Likewise, if you're intermittent fasting, your body is regrowing, rejuvenating. It's like you sending your body into the body shop. Okay?